Big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and this is the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix. If you are new to the channel, if you are a Formula 1 fan, then get yourself subscribed. I'm live for every single Grand Prix from the Formula 1 World Championship, and this is round 18. We've already got a champion crowned yesterday. Triple world champion Max Verstappen will start from pole position with the two Mercedes drivers behind him. Russell joins Verstappen on the front row. Hamilton will start from third. Alonso from fourth. Leclerc, Piastri, the victor in the sprint yesterday, young rookie superstar Oscar Piastri starts the Grand Prix from P6. Gasly, Ocon, Bottas and Norris round out the top 10. But welcome to the stream. Please do drop me a like, guys. It really helps me out. And trying to get to 500 subs before the end of the season if we can. So please do subscribe if you are into Formula 1. But yeah, buzzing for this one. We had a great sprint race yesterday as well. Like the sprint, I think of the 3 years of sprint races that they've done, either 2 or 3 seasons that they've tried this sprint format out, it was definitely the best sprint race that I've seen yesterday. And this race, I'm not going to lie, if this race is half as good as the sprint was yesterday, then we're in for a belter. She's a belter, but I am hoping for a belter, but we'll see if Mercedes can get a rocket start. It's a big advantage being on the clean side of the grid as well, with the track being so dusty. It's been resurfaced, not a lot of grip, but yeah, welcome in Aways, Dougie, welcome in, guys. Obviously we're clashing with the big game on the other channel, so nothing I can do about that. This race clashes with Arsenal, Man City. It is what it is. We might be in the bin, but listen, it doesn't matter if I clash with the World Cup final. I'm still doing the race. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Right, let's see what they're saying on the grid. No, Martin. I don't think Martin Brundle's at this race. Maybe he's just in the com box, but there's no Martin Brundle grid walk. You got Nico Rosberg and Simon Lazenby walking down the grid. So the race starts at 6 p.m, so about 25 minutes before lights out in Qatar. If you don't know, Max Verstappen is already crowned world champion after getting second place in the sprint yesterday. It was enough points to make it mathematically impossible for Sergio Perez or any of the others to catch him. With 6 races to go, such is the dominant season that Max Verstappen's had. Without a doubt, the most dominant season that I've ever watched, and perhaps the most dominant season that the sport's ever seen, especially if Max goes on to win the last 6. It'll be without a doubt, it'll blow all of Michael Schumacher's dominant championships out of the window. Lewis Hamilton's had 1 or 2 very dominant seasons, but nothing like this. You know, Max has virtually rocked up to every single Grand Prix this season and put everybody to the sword. Week after week after week after month after month. And Sergio Perez won a couple of races at the beginning of the year. Carlos Sainz managed to win in Singapore because the Red Bull was terrible at Singapore, but other than that, it's been a clean sweep. So let's hope Mercedes can challenge today, but more importantly, let's hope that next season is a much tighter battle, because we could do with it. The sport could really do with a tight championship battle. 2021 was a 10 out of 10 season, followed up by 2022, which was like a 5 out of 10 season, followed it up with 2023, which is like a 2 out of 10 season. No, mate, like it has had its good moments, and like obviously, Aston Martin coming through and being good, and then obviously you got the storyline of McLaren really coming on strong in the second half of the season. If McLaren can start next season as they're looking to finish this season, it could get tasty. And if Mercedes take a leap as well, if Mercedes can jump up half a second, For next year. McLaren keep progressing. Aston Martin are only going up with the new factory. You know, the investments gone up tenfold in the last couple of years with them changing from Racing Point to now full works team Aston Martin. So, you know, they're on the upward trajectory. Ferrari, hopefully they can get it together. Ferrari have had a bit of a mediocre season, really. Yeah, Carlos Sainz has won a race, but they've not had a bag full of podiums, Ferrari, and they've not taken a challenge to Red Bull like they did last season. So I would hope that Ferrari will come out. Basically, what we want is more competition for the wins next season. We've got, never mind one, that's what the sport needs. It's been fun. But if next year is like this, it ain't good. It ain't good. It ain't good for the sport. But they're just interviewing Fred Vasseur on the grid. 20 minutes to go till lights out. Perez is at the back, bro. I don't know. I haven't been watching the build-up because I've been watching the first half of City Arsenal, which was dead anyway. But I should have watched the build-up to this. But I've not watched the build, so I don't know why Perez is last. I don't think he was last in quali. Yes, Anto, welcome in, bro. Will there be an 11th team? Oh, don't even get me started on that. Don't, Anto, because they'll take over the stream. I've had 2 rants about that in 2 days. Will there be an 11th team? I'll sum it up very quickly. There should be. There should be an 11th team. We've got someone who's come in with a very reasonable application to be on the grid, to be an 11th team. But the other 10 teams that are in the sport don't want it. They want to be the little private club of 10 and no more admittance. No more members to the club, which is absolute bollocks with a capital B. So that is my thoughts on that. There should be an 11th team. But if I was to guess, I'd say there probably won't be, because these teams have too much power to decide the fate of the sport that they're in. Brev. This race weekend is getting weirder and weirder. Why? Why is Perez at the back? Total number of laps? 57. 57 laps. Why is it getting weird? SHT. Cheers from Mississippi. Yeah, cheers, Salty Dog. Did Sainz get his fuel problem fixed? I didn't know he had a fuel problem. So, yeah. Sainz officially out of the race. Oh, bro, I didn't even clock that. Brev. I didn't even clock that, bro. I didn't know that. I've not been watching the... Oh, yeah. This thing about the tyres, I had heard about this. You see, I should have watched the build-up. I watched Arsenal Man City first half, didn't I? I didn't watch any of the build-up. So I'm out of the loop, bruv. But big ups for the information. It could be a 4-stop strategy. Yeah, they're worried about the FIA, worried about the tyres, aren't they? Extra conditions forcing teams to do stints. Well, there could be, or there will be, because the race starts in 18 minutes, so we need to know, innit? What Guan, mate? I've never seen it. I mean, I know they're mandated to 1 pit stop, but I've never seen a race mandated to more than 1 pit stop, like due to like tyre integrity. Nah, man. I remember like there was a British Grand Prix a few years ago where people getting punctures left, right, and centre. The FIA didn't step in and say you've got to change them, mate. You're up to your own demise. Like if you're staying out there to the point where the tyres get you're going through to the you're questioning the integrity of the tyre, then you should pit anyway. You shouldn't be forced to pit. Like unless the curbs are cutting the tyres, bro. Then that's the fault whoever's running the game at Lusail International Circuit. But I've never seen the FIA step in like that. Yeah, Silverstone 2013, mate, people getting punches left, right, and centre. But I've never seen the FIA have to step in before. But I didn't know this about Sainz. I didn't know Salty Dog, hence why I was like, I don't know what you mean, because I've not watched the build-up. So Sainz won't even start. Bro, that's heavy, that. With a fuel system problem. Mate, that's brutal, that. And the thing is, Ferrari are in this big fight for P2 in the Constructors' Championship with Mercedes. Mercedes starting second and third, and a Ferrari out of the race before it's even started, you're in big trouble. Yeah, watch the City game as well and put the F1 on. Yeah, exactly. I just put it on now. Well, just before I went live. Just stuck it on. It wasn't even worth watching that first half either. I should have watched this. There's never anything happens in an hour of F1 build-up, is there? Until today, when I miss it, it's all kicking off. There might be 4 pit stops. Sainz won't even race. Bro, what? And I'm there watching a dead 0-0. Nah, I fucked up there. Also, I was early. The FIA has mandated a maximum of 18 lap stints. Anyone who exceeds an 18 lap stint will receive a black flag. No way. Is that legit? That Mo Farah's on the grid. Go on, lad. No way. So you've got 18 laps maximum before you have to pit. What? That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. They must have, do you know what it is? They must have, after the sprint yesterday, they must have seen that some of them tyres were on the edge. You know what I mean? They must have looked, because obviously the tyres get all checked out and stuff afterwards. They must have been looking at other tyres and gone, nah, this is looking like puncture. This is looking like puncture paradise out here if we carry on like this. So they've had to. Damn, I've never seen. That's official as well. Madness. Thank God I've got you in the stream to inform me. You know what I mean? I'm usually the one informing the audience of what's happening. But today, I've come in blind. But you've come in with the hero moves. That's mad though, isn't it? 18 lap stint. What, even on the hard tyre? 18 laps is all you get. It might look like a NASCAR stage. But mind you, yeah, but the thing is with NASCAR, oh my God, his bow's broke on that. Oh no. Right, anyway, we are about 12 minutes away from the start of the race. I think they got the national anthem live on the grid. Yeah. It's gonna be a hot one. Lewis with the portable fan, bruv. Right. Yeah, well, it's gonna be a hot one. But yeah, NASCAR stage, yeah, it's gonna be weird. Because yeah, but what tyres are they starting on here? That's the next question. What tyres are they starting on? Because You can't have everyone filing into the pits at the end of lap 18. Can you imagine? But then again, the soft tyre was awful yesterday, wasn't it, in the sprint? The soft tyre lasted like 7 laps. This is why this has been brought in, because the soft is just no point. So it's going to be medium and hard tyres here, and surely no one's even going to, unless you do a soft stint right at the end, or I don't know, man. But I tell you what though, it does throw some unpredictability out there. You know, we have enough one-stop races in this sport. You know what I mean? Let's have a 4-stop race. Sod it. I'm up for it. I'm here for it. Listen, if it's a 4-5-stop race, I back it. It's a bit of variation in the game, because we have enough one-stop bore fests. So at least this adds a bit of a little bit of a flavour to it, a little bit of added spice. Came to the better stream. Yes, Sean, bruv. Is it still 0-0 over there? What a dead game, bro. I thought it'd be 3-3 by half time. I've been let down. I've had to start my own stream, Sean. I've switched sports. No, I was always doing this, innit? But yeah, dead thing. Absolutely dead. This might be dead, you know what I mean? I can't sit here and go, hey, mate, this is already dead. We've already got a champion with 6 races to go. Nah, it's going to be lit still. But yeah, Verstappen crowned 3-time world champion yesterday after the sprint. Well, he was actually confirmed champion about halfway through the sprint when Perez went 3 wide with Ocon and Hulkenberg, and all 3 of them got taken out of the race. That was it. As soon as Perez didn't finish the sprint, that was it. Verstappen 3-time world champion. But let's have a bit of fun in it. 6 races with the pressure off. But all to play for P2 in the Drivers' Championship, I suppose. Can Lewis hunt down Checo? I don't know if Perez is doing a pit lane, starting from the pit lane today, or what. So if Lewis gets a podium here, he could close down Perez for second in the championship. Also, Constructors' Championship is up for grabs from P2 downwards. You know, so there's subplots, but damn, I'll beat him. Yeah, get your wheel out. Get your wheel out, lad. Mate, I bought some fans for my sim rig, like 2 fans there, mate. Absolute game changer. It was a sweat box. After about 15 minutes on my sim rig, mate, you just sweat your back out settings. Now, fresh. I can do our race. Fresh. Anyway, let's get our head in the game. We're only about 8 minutes out from the start of the race. Please do subscribe if you are new to the channel. I'm trying to hit 500 subs before the end of the season, which is like first week of December. So come on. 55 subs in about 10 weeks. We can do it. We can do it. If not, we'll have to do it next season. Come back stronger next year, and we'll, you know what I mean? Hopefully it's a much closer season next season as well. But it was a great sprint yesterday. Like, seeing Oscar Piastri win that sprint was really good moment, man. I was praying that he was going to hold on as well, because Max was hunting him down at the end. The last like 5 laps of that sprint, I was like, please, Oscar, hold on to it, and he did, bro. And that's a big tick in the box. He's won a race before Norris has. I mean, yeah, it's only a sprint, but he's turned up to a team that Norris has been at for 4 years and won a race before he has. Oh, there's got to be something in the back of Norris's head going, oh, you Norris will be happy for him, but in the back of his head, he'd be like, Piastri's turned up on smoke this season. And I'm so glad we got a different winner, man. Today, probably going to be back to business as usual, but it should be a good race anyway. I was pleasantly surprised by how much action and how much overtaking there was yesterday in the sprint. I was pleasantly surprised at how good that was. Like, because I during the week they had on the 2021 race. I don't know why they didn't race here last year. I think they demolished all the pit buildings, everything, and rebuilt them. So they didn't race here last year, but they raced here in 21. And I was looking at a repeat of that the other day, and I was like, you know, I was thinking, I'm doing watch along on this. What's it like? I was just doing the scouting. I was scouting out what because Qatar's a new venue. You know, they've only ever had one race here before. I don't really know the layout of the track. Well, I do now, like, through practice and quali and the sprint yesterday and stuff like that. I'm pretty familiar with the circuit now, but coming into the weekend, I was like, I don't know this circuit. Let me have a look at the 2021 race. And I was like, so coming to the sprint yesterday, and I'm thinking, it might be a bit dead, this, but it was mint. Because, like, lack of grip as well, because they've resurfaced the circuit as well, so it's like slippery. So people making mistakes left, right, and centre, and then you've got this tyre scenario. It could really be a weird race, this. Yes, Chris. Pretended to be shocked for our DNF not even started. Bro, I didn't even know until 10 minutes ago when someone told me in chat, when SHT and someone else told me in chat. I was like, what? And then I looked at the thing, and then I looked at the leaderboard here. I'm like, what? And then it just says pit. Well, like lap. Everyone's on lap 1. Well, it's not even started yet, so technically it's lap 0. But you just see sight, pit. Oh, mate, nah. But I assume then Perez is starting from the pit lane then. What, has Perez had a new power unit or gearbox or something? Because he had a crash, didn't he? So maybe through repairing his car, they've had to put a new gearbox in it. Or I don't know. I'm guessing. But it looks like Perez is on a pit lane start. But yeah, I'm doing good, Chris. How are you, bro? Oh, if anyone's watching Man City Arsenal as well, if there's a goal, let me know. If someone scores, let me know, innit? I'd like to see Arsenal win that, to be honest. And it because yeah. If that ends 0-0, dead. Right. Oh, we're getting there now. About 3 minutes away from the start of the race. Let's go. Round 18. 18 laps maximum per tyre set. What? I didn't even know this. At least 3 pit stops. Woo-hoo! At least 3 stop race. I'm up for that, bro. I back every race being 3 stop. I think it should be mandatory 2 stop at every Grand Prix. I said that before. There should be a mandatory 2 stop at every race anyway. Because 1 stop race, mate. Nah. 1 stop race is dead, so 3, I back it. Let's go. I'm all for drama and all that. Perez is starting from the pit lane. Wow. I'm watching Piastri closely in this race. Me too, man. I'm a bit gutted that in qualifying, I think Piastri and Norris both had the lap time deleted for exceeding track limits. So a bit gutted because in the sprint shootout, I think McLaren like 2nd and 3rd, or no, were they? Were they first and second? I think they were on the front row, weren't they? In this. Yeah, they were front row. Sorry, there's me going second and third. Right. Anyway, here's the grid for the Grand Prix. So it's Perez starting from the pit lane. Zhou Guanyu will line up P19. Kevin Magnussen in the Haas from P18. Liam Lawson will start from P17 for his last race. Lance Stroll P16. Awful weekend from him so far. Logan Sargent from P15. Nico Hulkenberg will start this race P14. Albon 13th on the grid. Sainz has been deleted from the graphics. Tsunoda P11. Lando Norris P10. Valtteri Bottas P9. Esteban Ocon P8. Pierre Gasly P7 on the grid. Oscar Piastri P6. Charles Leclerc P5. Alonso P4. Hamilton will start from third, and then it's George Russell who joins Max Verstappen on the front row, the newly crowned triple world champion. Max Verstappen will lead him away for the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix. Let's go. Formation lap incoming. Ideally want to be starting left-hand side of the grid. Yes, exactly, mate. The clean side of the grid here is such a massive advantage. I seen yesterday in the sprint, I think it was Russell and Sainz got absolutely rocket starts. I know Anto, I watched the first half with him. I was hoping to see some chaos in it. I wanted to see Arsenal score first, to see Denver go sick on City Extra, lad. I was there. I wanted the Arsenal goal just to see Denver's reaction in the shed, bro. But yeah, I watched the first half of him, innit? But now I'm on myself, so I can't be watching them and be on as well. What's this? Right. Are we on? Are we ready? Are we going? Formation lap settings. I hope. Oh, Lewis. I want to see Lewis get a rocket star here. F1 is on now. F1 is on now, Anto. You know the driller. F1 is on now, brev. Could be World Cup final on one channel, fucking Royal Wedding on another, and landing on Mars on Channel 4, and I'm still tuning in to the Grand Prix, mate. Put whatever you want on, brev. Now, to be fair, if like Elon Musk was landing on Mars, I would probably be flicking channels to have a look at that, you know what I mean? I would have a look at that. After the start, though. After the first half dozen laps are out of the way, then I'll have a look at it. But other than that, mate, nah. I can't break the streak. I've seen every single Grand Prix since the beginning of 2005. And that's a fact. I don't think I've missed one. Ever. In about 18 years. I don't think I've missed one. I've missed weddings, funerals, christenings, nights out, days out, everything. Give a damn, mate. This is my thing. I hope we get a good one. I hope we get a good race here, because the sprint was so good yesterday. This tyre scenario could be the one. I hope Lewis gets a rocket start. Yeah, exactly. He always wants to start of F1. Yeah, that's how most people be in it. Watch the start and then get the footing back on. Nah, stay with me. I need me watch hours up, lad. This is the thing that's the thing about YouTube, yeah? If you want to get monetized, yeah, you have to get a certain amount of subscribers, whatever, yeah, 1,000 subs, yeah. But that's not the hard part. The hard is that watch hours, brev. Bro, I'm about 3 years away from that. You need people watching from beginning to end, if people just click on the stream, watch for 20 seconds and then go again, it doesn't look good. It's not good for the algorithm. I got to keep you engaged. I'll do a dance. Got to keep you engaged. Like when it's like 38 and you think, oh, it's boring, I switch him off. Nah, bro. Stay. Hey, right, who's ready for the start? Who is ready for the start? I am ready for the start. Yeah, it's Karen Chandok in the commentary box with David Croft. No, Martin Brundle. Where's your big MB, lad? Brundle's goated. Oh, Alonso. If Alonso was on the clean side of the grid, oh, mate. Right, but Lewis is on the clean side of the grid. I'll back it. Max Verstappen with his special edition helmet. Right, we're lining up on the grid now. Come on, Lewis. There's your man with the green flag. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go on, George. Go on, George. Oh, look at this. Hamilton's got a better start than Russell. It's Hamilton and Russell going side by side into turn 1. Oh, and Hamilton. And it's crash. Hamilton and Russell. Both Mercedes are out. Oh, my God. Hamilton turned into Russell. Russell was sandwiched. And both Mercedes. Oh, shades of Spain 2016. Both Mercedes crash into each other. It's an absolute disaster. Piastri second, Brev. It's Verstappen, Piastri, Alonso, Leclerc, Ocon top 5. Hamilton hits Russell in turn 1. Oh my God, Brev. Oh my God, bro. I feel like Hamilton sandwiched it, bro. Russell's struggling with damage at the back, but I feel like Lewis turned in. It's 3 wide. The thing is, they get a run on Verstappen. Both Mercedes get a run on Verstappen, and they go 3 wide, and Lewis turns in, bro. I feel like it's Lewis's fault, but I need to see a replay. But Mercedes is done. Hamilton out of the race. Russell with damage. Bro. Hamilton's out of the thing. What the hell, bro? Safety cars out. Safety cars out. Oh my God, bro. I feel like Lewis has to give more space there. I don't know. I need to relook at it. But on first reaction, watching it live, I feel like both Mercs have got a run on Max, and Russell basically gets sandwiched by Hamilton. Oh, mate, wow. I don't know, bro. Toto Wolff will be fuming. 3 wide in turn 1, bro. Oh, my God. And Lewis looks on. Is Russell going to be able to carry on? Great start. Look at it now. I know, bro. They got a good run on Max as well. Lewis got a good start but that was his downfall. What's up with Russell's car then? They've not changed the nose. They don't need to change the nose on George Russell's car. They sent him back out again. So he's still in the race, is George, for now. Right, here's a replay of the start from the helicam. Right, Hamilton's just squeezing. Oh, it's just 3 into 1. It's not the merest contact. Crafty chats sometimes. Lewis is squeezed in, bro. Lewis is squeezed in, bro. Right? Russell's absolutely fine. Lewis is squeezed. It's Lewis's fault, man. Listen, it's Lewis's fault, man. Lewis has to give more space there. You can't just go 3 wide and turn in, bro, like that. Here's a replay on board with Lewis. So the side by side, and right, okay. And Lewis fancies the big look. Of course you're going to get hit there, bro. Of course you're going to get hit there, Lewis. Of course you're going to get hit there. I got taken out by my own teammate, Lewis. Nah, man. Where did Lewis think that George was going to go there? Where did Lewis think that George was going to go there? You're joking, bro. Nah. Yeah, George had nowhere to go. Listen, I'm not a George Russell fan. I was a Hamilton fan for a... But you have to call it out as it is, as an unbiased thing, bro. It's Lewis's fault, man. Without a doubt. You've just squeezed him, but the thing is, George has got nowhere to go. He's sandwiched by, he's got Verstappen on his right, has squeezed in by Lewis, and Lewis just turns in like, nah. If I'm in Lewis's position there, I give it a wide berth, bro. I do not turn in there. I give it a wide, and look at Piastri. Piastri gets a clean. Everyone moves out of Piastri's way, bro. And Piastri is going to restart this race P2, bro. Oscar Piastri has got seriously lucky there. Because Alonso had to duck out of the way the wrong way. Mate, Piastri on a lucky thing. Piastri's gone from 6th to... Yeah, Toto Wolff will be fuming. Oh, yeah, Toto's not even there. It's Jerome D'Ambrosio in charge, isn't it? Jerome D'Ambrosio, mate. You're done. Oh, nah. He just came from nowhere. It's not your fault, George. George is saying, sorry, guys. It's not your fault, man. It's not George's fault, man. Yeah, Hamilton has to leave more space there. You can't just... You know you're going 3 wide. It's aggressive. Maybe from Lewis's point of view, he is turning in thinking George is just going to back out of it. Nah, bro. You're in a race. You're side by side. You can't just go... You can't just turn in as Billy Big Bollocks and expect the other one to whack the brakes on and go, whoa, I've got to move out of the way of this guy. Nah, man. He's racing... He's racing you as much as you're racing him. You can't expect him just to bail. Maybe Lewis thought that Russell just go, oh, I've got Verstappen one side, Hamilton the other. Oh, I'm just going to bail out of it. Nah, bro. Lewis shouldn't have turned in there. Lewis shouldn't have turned in there. Definitely, Chris. Tufty. Yes, Nath. Welcome to the stream, Nathan, lad. Someone on a fucking blag one knows it. That'll make me laugh. And it has. At least Alonso is 3rd still. Yeah. Remember what Lewis did to Alonso in Spa as well? Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's that sent him flying in the air, didn't it, that one? Nah, Lewis has seen his own... Lewis has caused his own demise there. I'm sorry, like... Yeah, you have to be unbiased in it, like, I can't... Yeah. George was totally sandwiched. This is not on George at all. This is not on George. Toto Wolff is on the radio. As if Toto's at home and he has a link in to the driver's cockpit. That's technology, that, isn't it? Toto's sat at home and he can directly tune in and speak to Russell inside the car. Bro, they need to link me up with that. I need that system. I need to be able to speak to Oscar Piastri now and go, yes, Oscar, lad. Do you fancy going for the lead on the restart? I dare you to dive bomb him. You need to get me linked up to the cockpit. Nah, here we go. Right, so the safety car's in after the Mercedes wipeout and shades of Spain 2016. But Verstappen's bolted, the safety car's back in. We're at the end of lap 4, beginning of lap 5 of the Qatar Grand Prix, and we are back underway. Verstappen leads Piastri, Alonso, Leclerc, Ocon, Norris, Gasly, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, and Alexander Albon rounds out the top 10. Lap 5 in Qatar, as we see... I think it's Tsunoda versus Pierre Gasly into turn 1, and that's going to be tight. I think there was a little bit of a nudge there. Tsunoda down the inside of Gasly, but Gasly holds on round the outside. We've also got Nico Hülkenberg versus Alexander Albon as well for P9. And look at this then, Tsunoda on Gasly again. And look at Russell versus Perez at the back. Russell for Perez for 13th place. Woo! How's Russell ahead of Bottas, Magnussen, Stroll and Lawson? Right, so everyone's on mediums except for Perez and Lawson, who are on the hard tyres. Everyone's on the medium tyre. So Verstappen leads Piastri by 1.4 seconds. Then Alonso, Leclerc, Ocon, Norris, Gasly, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Albon. Yeah, Verstappen already 1.3. Well, this has benefited Piastri and Alonso massively, this. The Mercedes wipeout. Yeah, Williams have had a good start. Williams 10th and 11th. One Ferrari and one Mercedes out, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's sort of a level playing field now for that that Battling Constructors Championship. One Mercedes out, one Ferrari out. As Tsunoda's having to defend now. Forget about attacking. Tsunoda trying to defend against Hülkenberg, but Hülkenberg's going round the outside. They're still side by side, Tsunoda and Hülkenberg, and that turns into the inside. Inside. And Hülkenberg takes P8 off Yuki Tsunoda in the Haas. And again, it's round 2. Russell versus Perez, and they're up to turn 4. Turn 5, and I think Russell's got the job done. George Russell's gone round the outside of Sergio Perez for P13 as Verstappen sets the fastest lap, a second clear of Piastri. Ooh. Only a second. Why has Hülkenberg got a 10-second time penalty? What? Hülkenberg's got a 10-second time penalty for starting in the wrong place. Did Hülkenberg line up on the wrong grid slot? Did Hülkenberg line up in Sainz's grid slot? Oh, shit, yeah. Go on, Nico. Hülkenberg's lined up in Sainz's grid spot, you legend. Yeah, he has. He's realised. He's like, oh, damn. Because there should have been an empty grid spot where Sainz should have been. But Hülkenberg forgot. So Hülkenberg's in the bin. But the thing is, it's such a rare occurrence that you're not going to be thinking about it. You'd have to be reminding yourself on the formation, like, right, there's going to be an empty grid spot in front of me. Don't park in it. You'd have to be reminding yourself constantly. Or else you're just going to line up behind the next car, aren't you? Like you have done for your entire career. So it's a bit of a weird one. Don't know Fisichella. Who Fisichella do that? Arsenal just scored. No way. No way, Brev. Is it 1-0? Is it 1-0 Arsenal? Oh my. Is it? Aye, cheers for letting me know, Dougie lad. I'm going to check it out in a bit. Replay on board with Fernando Alonso. Oh, and he's lost the rear end there, Fernando Alonso. Goes wide at turn 4. Oh, but Fernando Alonso pushing the limits and losing the rear end at turn 4, going off the track. He's able to carry on, but he's lost a bag full of time. And Piastri's keeping up with Max, you know. Verstappen fastest lap, but Piastri within a second and a half. And then we've got Alonso, who's now a little bit under pressure from Leclerc. Then comes Ocon, Norris, and Gasly. And but look at this, we've got a move at Williams. It's Alexander Albon versus Yuki Tsunoda for P9. Albon has a look, but Tsunoda defends it into turn 1. 1-0. Oh, love it. That's goated. That's funny. I'll be watching that back later. Go on, Denver lad. There can't be long left either, can they? They must be on like the 80th minute or something there. 85th minute. That might be the winner. Check me commentating on football. 88th minute. 88th minute, fucking hell. Arsenal have won it. So Russell's overtaken Zhou Guanyu at turn 6. That's where he took the lead in the sprint as well yesterday. That was a sick move, that as well. Oh, Piastri's starting to pull away from Piastri now. Verstappen leads Piastri by 2.1 seconds. And Leclerc just hanging on to DRS behind Fernando Alonso for 3rd. And here comes George Russell on Logan Sargent then. Russell's lining up the Williams. Down the main straight. They come into turn 1 with DRS. And Russell gets the job done then. Russell up into P11 then, just outside the points, as Tsunoda and Albon still battling for 9th. But next up for Russell on the road is the other Williams, Alexander Albon. Looking for to see what more is going to give us. Yeah, so am I. So am I, SHT. I'm actually... I'm excited for this kid, man. I'm excited to see what happens with this kid. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about the future with Oscar Piastri. I can't lie. He's turned up and matched Norris near enough. He's done, and he's a rookie, and it's been a while since we've seen a rookie do this well, you know. It's been a while. It's superstar vibes from Oscar Piastri, but he has benefited massively today. Like both Mercedes wipe himself out at the beginning, and Alonso has to like slam on the brakes and duck out of the way, and Oscar just goes, cheers, straight through to second. But Perez looking at the back of Zhou Guanyu for 12th. So, if you don't know, everyone's on the medium tyre other than Perez in the Red Bull and Liam Lawson, who's at the back in the AlphaTauri. And Tsunoda pits on the end of lap 9. Tsunoda is in the pits. So even if you're on the hard tyre, Perez could only go to the end of lap 18, regardless. Even if he could take the tyres till lap 25, he's not allowed. It's kind of mad, that, isn't it? I've never seen this intervention from the FIA before regarding tyres and pit stops. I've never seen this intervention before. I mean, obviously it's on like safety grounds. They don't want to see someone get a puncture and like... But Crofty comes out with some stuff. So Ocon's pits for Alpine, we're on lap 11. So everyone's got to pit in 6 laps time anyway. How is this going to work? Is everyone just going to file into the pits at the end of lap 18? How is this going to be, bruv? Like, are we going to be queuing? Are we going to be double stacking at the end of lap 18 here? What's the sit rep? Surely not. That'll be a farce. That if everyone sees it through to lap 18 and then everyone has to pit at the same time, and we get 18 cars in the pits. Oh nah. Big L for F1, that, innit? Surely it won't be like that. This podium at the moment, 2 former Alpine drivers have decided to leave the team. Yo, it is. Verstappen, they've even had to put a graphic on the screen. Needs to pit no later than lap 17. Bro, what? I've never seen this kind of control before. So Alonso pits from 3rd, and Alonso is in the pits. Maybe they won't go to the end of lap 17 anyway. I don't know. But Alonso's in medium to medium, so he'll have to pit again because, well, they'll pit again anyway by the rules. But, yeah, so Alonso on a new set of mediums as we see Perez still stuck behind Zhou Guanyu. Leclerc team radio. Leclerc's going to pit. Right, this is going to be Russell for the win. I'd love to see it. Yeah, Russell for the win. Piastri's being told to pit as well then. So, yeah, bro, there's going to be a lot of pit stops here. There could even be as many as 4. Wow, it's going to be pit stop central, this race. This is going to be remembered. It's going to be 2023 Qatar Grand Prix, that race where there was 1 million pit stops. That's what this is going to be remembered for. Actually, on a genuine one, well, no, I was going to say it's going to break the world record for the amount of pit stops, but no, there'll be some mad wet race out there like Canada 11 or something. Nah, there'll be a race where it would have gone like wet to dry where there's going to be like, but in a dry race, it'd probably be the most pit stops in a dry race for a long time. As Piastri pits from P2. Hulkenberg's still out there, P3, go on, lad. So Piastri's pitted, and so is Leclerc. Oh, look at this. He's coming out of the pits side by side with Liam Lawson and Kevin Magnussen fighting for position. And now Norris is being told to pit then. Lap 13 of 57. And, yeah, pit stops are happening left, right and centre. This is going to be a hard race to follow just by the amount of people that are going to be out of position. Alonso's past Leclerc. Wow. This is going to be such a jumbled up running order until the last 10 laps. This is going to be absolutely chaos. Like, Alonso's just taken Leclerc for 14th, but really that's like for 5th or something. Like, it's just going to... like David Crofts just said, if you're a fan of pit stops, tonight is your night. Exactly. If you're a fan of pit stops, tonight is your night, because this is just going to be ridiculous. So, Norris is in the other McLaren. And, so... Zhou and Perez are still out there. So is Albon. Russell's not pitted yet either. So the top 8 haven't pitted yet. The top 8 on the road at the moment haven't pitted yet. as we see a replay of George Russell versus Kevin Magnussen. And this is how, Fernando Alonso, well, it was an aggressive move on Leclerc, but Alonso gets them moved on nicely into turn 4. And now Piastri coming up on the back of Magnussen. Piastri has stopped. Everyone ahead of him hasn't. That was an aggressive one from Alonso, wasn't it, that SHT? Go on, Russell for the win. One start the silly season with his move to Aston Martin, and one is a reserve driver that caused huge drama, saying they're not a driver for Alpine. Yeah, they both dipped out of Alpine rapid. McLaren can be a problem, but can they sustain a good enough car while both drivers being happy? It's a difficult one to keep them both happy, isn't it? Especially when they're both probably fancy themselves as future world champions. It could get difficult at McLaren, but it'd be a good problem to have. As Alonso round the outside of Lawson there. So Alonso up to 9th, but it's so mixed up with half the drivers having pitted and half the drivers having not yet, because Verstappen, Albon, Perez, Joe, Bottas, Stroll still out there, yet to pit. But it's all about how quick is Piastri now, because Verstappen wasn't that far ahead of Piastri, was he? But the thing is, you can't even go long. You have to pit at the end of lap 17 anyway. Oh, Stroll pitted early. Ooh, clever. Ooh, clever one. Stroll pitted behind the safety car. Stroll for the win. Yeah, so they can't go beyond the end of lap 17 anyway. So you're going to get a few drivers piling into the pits at the end of the next lap. Wow, there's loads of overtakes going on there. There's that many overtakes, I can't even keep up with it. This is just mad. Yeah, this race is just... You can't even keep track of it, because... we see how it all pans out on lap 50. I suppose the big one is, how quickly is Piastri catching Verstappen, if he is at all? Or has Verstappen got more than a pit stop in hand on Piastri? That's the big one, really, for me. Yes, Lewis, welcome to the stream, bro. Welcome in. So they have to pit now. The guys that haven't pitted are now forced to pit at the end of lap 17. Which is a madness, but it is what it is in Qatar. They've been overruled by the FIA. Here comes Leclerc on Magnussen for 9th. It's an easy move. Mate, the strategists. You'd be pulling your hair out if you were a strategist here. You're like, oh my God. It's like playing chess with 8 different grandmasters at the same time. Oh, nah. It's just an absolute nightmare. Because everyone's going to be 3 stopping at least. Even Karen Jandok in the commentary box. It is going to be a complicated race to explain. Yes, it is. You are right. But Verstappen's in. That's what I do know. Verstappen's in the pits. Because he's got to be. He's no if, buts or maybes. I do absolutes. No, Verstappen's in. Nice stop. He's going to be well clear of Piastri. Piastri's in traffic. Oh, mate, he's going to be well clear. Come on, Oscar. Right, so Perez is in. Look at the lead Verstappen's got. Go on, Alex. Alex takes the lead. Alex Albon takes the lead of the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix. Is he not breaking the rules, though, by not stopping? Albon must have stopped behind the safety car, innit? Oh, and Piastri has just done Bottas for fourth. Albon leads. I mean, I'm putting more significance on it than what I should be. But I don't often get to say Albon leads, so I'll make the most of it for a half a lap. Oh, it's an aggressive move from Piastri, but fair play. Okay. So Norris is reckoning that he's got a chance of a good result here. Stroll team radio. Oh, Lance has been given the team orders. Okay, so Stroll's been given the team orders, let Alonso through. So Albon leads by 3.2 seconds. And Albon's in. Albon pits, so Verstappen retakes the lead of the race. And Zhou's in as well, so Albon and Zhou. And they'll all have to pit now. Bottas and Stroll as well. They'll have to pit. Oh, and Norris has gone round the outside of Charles Leclerc. Now, how's this going to play out for the real positions? So Norris takes Leclerc for sixth, but how is Bottas still out there? Yes, JJ, has it been a good race? It's chaotic, mate, because there's so many pit stops going on that you can't keep up with it. They've brought in a rule just for this race where you can only do 17 laps maximum on a set of tyres. And, bro, it is impossible to keep up with it. It's like shuffling a deck of cards. And then you've got to learn the order that the cards are in. But before you've learned it, they shuffle the deck again. It's like, bro. It's just, you can't keep track of it, bro. It's a madness. Like, Bottas is up there in P3. Why is Bottas still going? When did Bottas pit? Because how is he not breaking the rules here? I don't even get it. Bottas, yeah, but the other guys that stopped under the safety car have had to stop by now. Zinc Mind. The safety car was on the first. Unless Bottas pitted right at the end of the safety car period. That must be it. Bro, I can't even deal. Stroll as well. Oh, but what did happen, JJ, is that the Mercedes... How did I not think of this straight away? At the start, Hamilton and Russell crashed into each other. Yeah. So Russell survived it and carried on, but they went three wide into turn one. Verstappen, Russell and Hamilton. Hamilton turned in and wiped himself out and his teammate. Russell's been able to carry on and he's making progress back through the field, but Hamilton out of the race in turn one he was. So yeah, that was the big thing from the race. And then since then, it's just been a pit stop. It's just a pit stop paradise. They've even said in the commentary, like, if you're a fan of pit stops, today's your day. So yeah, but it's Lewis. It was Lewis's fault. That's my point of view anyway. Lewis went three wide and turned in and just sandwiched Russell, and they came together. Yeah, madness, JJ. Yes, Barry, welcome to the stream, bro. Please do drop a like on the stream if you haven't already, guys. It helps me out, and we can start growing the channel for next season. Come back bigger and better next season and start to actually grow a little bit of an F1 community. That's the plan for next year, and hopefully it's a much better season as well, so we start to pop off a little bit. But yeah, help me out on a dead thing, please. Let's make it not dead for next year. So when Bottas pits, he's sort of the last one, really. Look at Russell's trying to go around the outside of Gasly, and Gasly forces him off on the outside of turn 1. Whoa. Nah, Gasly held his... Gasly was aggressive there, but... Right, so it is Verstappen who leads Piastri by 7.2 seconds. So the undercut did not work, did it? Piastri pitted a few laps before Verstappen and didn't get and lost a massive amount of ground. As Lance Stroll pits. So Bottas is the last man out there. Yeah, so Bottas pits. So everybody has done one stop now, at least. Well, Bottas and Stroll, this is their second stop. But that is the proper order of the race now. So it's Verstappen who leads Piastri by 7.5 seconds. And Albon and Tsunoda go wheel to wheel again for about the 4th time this race. Oh, and Albon has a look into turn 2, but Tsunoda takes the position. So Tsunoda P10. Yeah, this is the pure race now. This is what Karen Chandok's saying. This is the pure race. So Verstappen leads Piastri by 7.8. We've said that 4 times. Then it's Alonso, P3, Norris, Leclerc. Then the 2 Alpines of Ocon and Gasly. Russell up to P8, Perez P9, and Tsunoda currently P10. We're on lap 22 of 57 in the Qatar Grand Prix. A chaotic Qatar Grand Prix. Yes, Gav, welcome in, bro. So did Arsenal win 1-0 then, or what, lads? I bet Jordan was fuming. Massive win for Arsenal. That, I mean, I know they're at home, but still, bro. Look at this then. Gasly versus Russell again in turn 1. Russell trying around the outside, and it's a clean move this time. Nothing Gasly can do about that. George Russell takes P7 off Pierre Gasly as Tsunoda pits. Boring game, yeah, but last minute winner. He scored like 86 minutes, didn't he? I've got to watch that stream back. I hope Denver give it full beans. You know what I mean? I hope he didn't hold back. I hope Denver give it full fucking... Oh, that's funny. I'll definitely be watching that back later. Oh, you be clipping it up, innit, Gav? I'll watch it on your channel, lad. So lap 24 of 57. Wow, they're working this out, bro. This rule about him only being able to do 18 laps on the tyres is... It just the whole thing just becomes this mathematical equation of like, oh, Piastri's not allowed to go to the end of lap 25, so he's got to pit now. Like, oh my God, bro. Like, limiting everyone. This is just... Yes, Suede, welcome to the stream, bro. Oh, unlucky, Suede. Oh, cheers for letting me know, but there's the square root of nothing I can do about that. So we're on board with George Russell hunting down Esteban Ocon for P6. Oh, no, Suede, yeah. Mint. Well, when you're a United fan, it doesn't really... I want them to both lose, but it's not really possible, is it? But but mega result for Arsenal. So the guys that pitted early are now running out of laps before they've got to pit again via the rules, which is just mental. Yeah, so Piastri has to pit now. Like, he's got no option but to carry on any longer. Whether it's beneficial or not, you've got to pit because you're not allowed to do more than 18 laps on a set of tyres in this race. Oh, tough time being a United fan. To be honest, Suede, no, I can't tell you the truth. No, I can't. But put it this way, I'm not losing any sleep. If United got relegated, I'd be like, wow, this is drama. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, United got relegated. I'd be like, wow, I'd be like, wow. So that just tells you everything you need to know, innit? I'm not really a fan. I'm about as much of a football fan as I am a United fan as I am a gymnastics fan. Like, I'm not really a fan, am I? Because when United lose, I'm like, oh, that's dramatic. I'm not like, oh no, United have lost, my week's ruined. I'm like, oh, that's dramatic. So I'm not really, I'm not emotionally invested. So it's not tough for me at all being a United fan. I don't really, to be honest, when they lose, it's more drama. So I actually prefer it. Oh, I'm not a fan at all, mate. I'm a fan of this. I am a fan of this, what I'm watching right now. 4 wheels and an engine and the best drives in the world around the best tracks in the world. That's what I'm a fan of. I'm as much a United fan as the next man. No, not really. Not really asked. Says it's traumatic. It's not traumatic at all. I find it entertaining. I find it entertaining. It's not traumatic at all, bro. If you want the cold hard truth, I was actually gutted when United got the last 2 goals because I was like, if they lost, it's more drama. So I was a bit like, oh, they've got out of it. So I'm not a United fan at all. Anyway, the fact that I'm talking about football is just showing me that this middle part of the race is dead and it shouldn't be. I should got to get my head back in the game and talk about United for about 10 minutes. Nah. This race is already harder to follow. Never mind being completely sidetracked by football. Oh my God. Bro. Yeah, so Piastri's had to pit. I know I was in a way gutted. I was in a way, gal. Because it's more drama, and I just like drama, I think. That's what I like. I like drama. So the more dramatic and sort of controversial and like, the better. Yeah. I'm the same with F1 as well. Like, the more dramatic, the better. I don't really mind who wins as long as it's drama. Yeah. I'm the same with football. I don't care who wins as long as it's dramatic. Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, it was Lewis's fault. Yeah, George got completely sandwiched in the middle. Yeah, I'm putting the blame firmly on Lewis for that. Yeah, for that crash in turn one, definitely. Bro, there's so many pit stops in this race that literally this is the most impossible race to follow because this is mad, and Piastri's down the inside of Albon. But why is this a battle for P4? Because the pit stop strategies are just throwing people into the mix who shouldn't be in the mix. Currently, George Russell and Sergio Perez are second and third, when in reality they are about 12th and 13th. Albon is currently P4, who in reality is about 10th. Zhou Guanyu is P6, who in reality should be outside the top 10. It's just absolute chaos, bro. Nah, Vegas is in November. Vegas is in about 6 weeks. There's another 2 or 3 races before we get to Vegas. In 2 weeks' time, it's Austin, Texas, then Mexico, then Brazil, then Vegas. I think I'm missing one out. Then Abu Dhabi, but I've forgotten one. But yeah, Vegas is in about 6 weeks. Yeah, no, Toto at home. But Toto's at home, and he was able to dial into George Russell's cockpit and speak to him. Bro. So no Andretti team. Oh, don't even get me started down that road. Jesus. We will be here till next weekend if you get me talking about Andretti. In a nutshell, they should be accepted in, but they won't be because the teams are too greedy. The teams that are already in the sport are too greedy to let another team join. So they won't accept it. Because it doesn't make money for them. So it's not financially beneficial for the 10 teams to accept an 11th, so they won't accept it, which is outrageous. But it is what it is. Sad. Yeah. Absolutely stupid. They literally, I said this the other day, the 10 teams that are in Formula One not allowing an 11th in, they're literally pushing against the growth of the sport that they're in. Have you ever heard anything so dumb in your life? They're literally putting resistance against the growth of the sport that they're in. Are you literally joking? It just, do you know when someone just rubs you up the wrong way and you just want to sit down with them and go, mate, are you serious? It just gets me the wrong way riled up. I would love an 11th team. I would absolutely love an 11th and even a 12th team. I'd love nothing more than a new team. But we're going to be denied because these 10 teams are too big for the boot and they've got too greedy over too many years of getting too much of a pie, bro. Nah. Are you stupid? Absolutely stupid, mate. Spelled STEW, stupid. Anyway, back to the race. Lap 31 out of 57. So Verstappen getting the hurry up. Yes, Farron, welcome to the stream, bro. And Stroll's got Leclerc in his mirrors. Right, pit stops. Oh, you see, this is the thing. So Verstappen, Perez and Albon, Zhou have done 1 stop. Everyone else has done 2. So there's so many variants in strategies that it's just impossible to know where everyone is until it all gets ironed out on about lap 50. The Russell-Alonso gap is the gap to watch. So, oh my God. The reality is, when it all plays itself out, Russell and Perez will move back and Albon. The reality is here that it's Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, Alonso, and then Russell and Perez will feed back in somewhere around there. That's the reality of it. So Perez pits now. Oh, what's up with Perez? Oh, Perez has got a 5-second penalty. Back to our regular scheduled programming. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, gone on. Rant about football. A rant about Andretti. So Albon's pitted as well then. So Perez and Albon are pitted and come out 12th and 14th. And he split up the battle between Magnussen and Tsunoda, slotted right in between that. And look at this then, Albon versus Tsunoda, and this is for position. No one's out of position here. Albon and Tsunoda go side by side. Oh, he's so close. And Tsunoda's going round the outside of turn 4, and Albon has to let him go. Yuki Tsunoda with an aggressive one round the outside of turn 4 and turn 5 and gets the position. So everyone's going onto the hard tyres. But they'll have to pit again anyway. Oh my God, this is going to be chaos. Russell's in from second onto the hard tyres. George Russell goes then. So it's going to give Piastri... Verstappen's so far in the lead. Why was Verstappen getting a hurry up from the team? What? So Verstappen leads by, when he pits, he'll lead by about 15 seconds. And he was getting a hurry up from the team, like speed up. Oh, Leclerc takes Bottas and Alonso's gone off. Alonso's off the track. What has he done? Whoa, and all the dust and everything, and dust and stones that he's brought back onto the circuit. I won't be surprised if we get a virtual safety car after this. But Alonso's had a trek into the gravel and come back on rejoin the circuit again. What has Alonso done there? Right, so the pitting Verstappen at the front. Because this is the pit stop race. This is not the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix. This is the pit stop Grand Prix. But what's happened to Alonso? Turn 6 up. Oh, turn 15. He's just lost. There's no way that's turn 50. Yeah, turn 2. Yeah, I was looking at a track map then thinking there's no way that's turn 15. So Alonso at turn 2... What the? He's rejoined the track in such a... Oh, mate, Alonso's going to get penalised for that. What? Wow. Zhou Guanyu P4. Mate, the positions are so messed up that I don't know who's there on a legit one and who's there because they haven't pitted yet. Who's out of sync? That's the question, isn't it? Zhou Guanyu's probably out of sync. But who's to know? No, he's got to be, Ali. Zhou Guanyu's not a genuine P4, is he? No, he's not. Look, he's only pitted once. Pits, 1. Russell's been in the pits 3 times and he's P5. Mate, that makes sense. How is Russell 5th having pitted 3 times? Oh, because he pitted behind the safety car, innit? That's why. Yeah, that's why. What a mad race. What a mad race. Sonoda's ahead of Albert. Yeah, some of these, the fact that David Cross has just said some of these cars are on a 4-stop strategy and some of these cars are on a 3-stop strategy just sums it up. This is the Pit Stop Grand Prix. Welcome to lap 35, where it's impossible to keep track of it. Russell passes Zhou for P4. I don't know where George Russell's going to end up here, but he's putting in a hell of a drive since being taken out in turn 1 by his teammate. It's a heck of a recovery drive from George Russell, this, on the face of it, but who knows? I promise you can do this. What do you mean? Why? I've never heard of this in my life. The team are on to Logan Sargent saying, listen, you fought hard, but let's just give up. And Sargent saying, no, I can do this. I can do this. What? Why are they telling Logan Sargent to just... Yeah, what's the issue? Now they're going to ask. He's feeling poorly. Oh, he's feeling poorly. Oh, wow. So Logan Sargent is ill in the car and they're just telling him, listen, just give it up. Come into the pits and call it a day. And Logan's like, no, I can carry on. I can carry on. What the hell? I remember Mark Webber being ill at the 2007 Fuji Japanese Grand Prix. And he was... That's the only other time I've really heard of it. Yeah, so apparently Logan Sargent not well in the car. And they're just telling him, listen, just call it a day. He wants to stay out there. That is another weird one. It's just a weird race, isn't it? SHT. What a weird race. Russell has the bit between his teeth here. Fantastic drive. I think it is, Sean. I think it is. Travel sickness, yeah. No, I think it's just, I don't know what it is. Wow. But it is a strange one. Yeah, I don't know, Sean, but I think that this is a great drive from George Russell. We don't know how it's going to play out yet. There's 20 laps to go, and there's a bag full of pit stops yet to go. But I think he's had a good day since lap 1, yeah. I don't know, though. Because he's quite a bit out of sync, isn't he, with the rest of the field. So Piastri's only 6.3 behind Verstappen. Okay. At the moment, we're going to have 2 McLarens on the podium, though. That's how it's panning out. How it's panning out is Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, top 3 at the moment. As we see Ocon on the back of Valtteri Bottas for P7 and also Stroll under pressure from Gasly for P9. This is mental in terms of strategies, this. Yeah, so Stroll's hunting down Gasly for 9th. replay on board with Lance Stroll. So he's just gone wide. As a Stroll give away the position. He ran wide. Here we go then. Ocon. Has gone round the outside of... Ocon goes around the outside of Bottas then for P7. Verstappen leads Piastri by 7 seconds. Piastri's 3.8 ahead of Norris, who's 11.4 ahead of Russell. So there's a big gap between the top three and then Russell P4. Leclerc's 6 behind Russell, then Alonso 2 behind that. So the closest battles on track really is Stroll on the back of Gasly. Well, Sargent on the back of Hulkenberg for 17th. And Zhou on the back of Tsunoda for 14th. But so you could pit now and go to the end, because we've got 17 laps to go. See, look at this. Oscar Piastri, next pit stop, no later than lap 43. This is madness. It's looking like a McLaren double podium. It's looking like. When it all pans out. But they're in a different strategy to Verstappen. I don't know how big Verstappen's lead really is. When we get to about lap 50 onwards, we'll have a good idea. Yeah, so this is the crucial lap then. Yeah, so this is the tipping point. Yeah, anyone who pits after this lap can go to the end. Right. It's going to start playing itself out now. Oh my God. Perez has got another 5-second penalty. Perez is going to go away from here pointless, bro. Oh, Perez is... It's another day to forget for Sergio Perez, this. 2 times penalties. Bottled it in quali. Nah, man. It's another race to forget for Sergio Perez, this. And he's probably going to come away with no points. In the fastest, most dominant car that Formula One's ever seen. He's going to remain pointless again. Said after summer's race, so Perez seats need to be under pressure. Yeah, I think... It should be, yeah. But then by who? You know, you can't just bang Ricciardo in that seat. You can't just slap Ricciardo in now. He's not even... He's had like 2 races and then got injured. So you've not even got a reference of where Ricciardo's at. Yuki Tsunoda... I'd love to see it for the entertainment value of sticking Yuki Tsunoda in the Red Bull, but but that's not really a viable option. You know, you can't start sticking Liam Lawson in the Red Bull. You know, you could have a word with Lando Norris, but he's signed up for another 2 or 3 years at McLaren. So, I mean, let's see how next year plays out, because if Perez has another season like this season, next season, that sounds like a right tongue twister, but basically if Perez is not on it next year, then we'll have a look. Then we have a look how's Daniel Ricciardo doing, how's Yuki Tsunoda doing, and then and you know, is Lando happy at McLaren? We have a look at that next year. We have a look at Daniel, Yuki, and how Sergio's doing. And then maybe for 2025, you know, the Red Bull seat's up for grabs. But for next year, Sergio's got it on lockdown. Well, Logan's not looking good, mate. Oh, Logan's not well, bro. So Perez has been given a time penalty for track limits again. More breaks in sports than in a car showroom. So Sargent's given it up. And, yeah, I don't think he's very well, mate. So Sargent becomes the third retirement from the race. Sainz didn't even start. Yeah, Sainz didn't even start. Hamilton was involved in a collision in turn one with his teammate. And Logan Sargent is being... Yeah, Logan Sargent's not very well, and he's had to just call it a day. Being consolidated by the team, but what can you do, mate? If you're not well, you're not well, innit? It's a rare one, that you don't see that often. Lap 42 out of 57, so we've got about 15 laps left to go. And everyone's going to do one more pit stop. Everyone is due for one more stop with 15 laps to go. This is the welcome to the Pit Stop Grand Prix. So Perez is currently P9. Look at the points in the championship. Verstappen's on for 26. Perez is on for 2. Bro, it's 400. What was it? Let me back this shit up. Mate, this could be the biggest championship margin ever. It's got to be. 433 plays 225 points at the moment. Like, not only is he already world champion, but this could be... He could win the championship by 300 points. He could literally... Verstappen could rock up to about 500 points easily. Or even more than that, like 530. And Perez could be on about 250. Bro, Verstappen might win this championship by near on 300 points. And in 2021, they went into the last race of the season level on points. And 2 years later, man's won the championship by 300 points. Oh my God, bro. This is ridiculous. There's no way. So they've all still got a pit. So Piastri's pits again. So Piastri pits from P2 then. That promotes Lando Norris up for the time being. Leclerc pits as well. I'm a little bit behind. I was catching up to live again. I had to rewind it to see how big Verstappen's points gap was to the rest of the field, and it is a joke. An absolute joke. So Leclerc comes back out of the pits in 7th with Albon all over the back of him. There we go, we're caught up. Oh, mate. I tell you what, Russell coming from the back after lap 1 is near enough in the fight for a podium. It's a hell of a drive from George Russell when you take into consideration where he's come from today. So Norris pits then from P2. Promotes Russell temporarily into P2 as well. Oh, look at this. It's going to be close between the two McLaren guys. Oh, it's going to be very close between the two McLaren drivers. Oh, it's going to be neck and neck, side by side between the two McLaren drivers. And just about Piastri gets ahead of Lando Norris. Swoops around the outside, but it's very close. This is going to be an exciting last few laps. Right, so it's all ironing itself out now. We can get a grasp of this race. It's only taken 45 laps to get a grasp of it, but we now start to get a grasp of what the hell is going on as Alonso comes out of the pits behind Zhou Guanyu. No, I'm still confused. No. No, it's still got to play itself out yet. Oh, mate, Sargent is absolutely done for. Bro, he doesn't look well at all, mate. Sargent, like struggling to get out of the car, man. Oh my God. Verstappen's just lapped Perez. Mate, if you get lapped by your teammate, that's just embarrassing, bro. I mean, yeah, Perez did start from the back, but still, bro, it's just a bit cringe, isn't it? Does Russell still have to pit? Hasn't he had 3 stops already? He has, but his first stop was behind the safety car because of the damage that he had, or damage that they thought he had. So he pitted probably at the end of lap 1. So that put him out of sync with everyone else. But yes, he probably still does have to stop again anyway, yeah. Yeah, Russell isn't legit second. No way. If he is, then I'll eat my hat, but I don't think Russell is legitimately second right now. I think we're looking at a double podium for McLaren. So Lando Norris is being told to hold position. Oh, Norris wants to fight Piastri, and the team are telling him to hold position. You can't stop Norris racing Piastri here. I suppose they just want to keep it. Oh, they don't want them side by side. And if you were for McLaren building these cars and you're chasing down Aston Martin in the Constructors' Championship, you don't want to see them go side by side. Because it's like, please, no. But as a fan, as everybody else, you want to see them fight. So 10 laps to go. Norris Team Radio. Oh, yeah, Russell might... McLaren trying to give Norris the team orders. He's not having any of it, bro. And so he shouldn't, mate. He should go and fight Oscar. So they are worried about George Russell, who's going to pit from P2. He's going to put, potentially, the soft tyres on and be rapid in the last few laps. And re-catch him back up. That's what they're worried about. At McLaren. As if Verstappen leads by 26 seconds. Are you taking a piss? But no, but surely Max has got a pit again. What a mess. Yeah, Verstappen has got a pit again. Verstappen's only pitted twice. So Verstappen will pit again, but he's still going to win by more than 10 seconds, though. We're on board with Kevin Magnussen. Is there a problem with Kevin Magnussen's car? That team radio needs to be clipped up. They're telling to Kevin Magnussen to do to a mode on his steering wheel. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Says Kevin Magnussen. Oh, that's a funny team radio, that. Someone needs to clip that up. Albon's going to be done with track limits here. It doesn't make sense, Chris. What are you telling me to do? Next pit stop no later than lap 50 for George Russell. So George Russell's got a pit within the next lap and a half. Yeah, well, this is the best look we've got is this GPS here. So Russell's going to come out, but he's got a big enough gap on Leclerc that Russell's going to finish this race P4. Why is it only showing like 8 cars going around? I don't know. Let me have a look. Let me see what I can do with this. So I mess about with this. Oh, there you go. I don't know why the GPS was only showing like 8 drivers. So lap 50 of 57 and Russell has got a pit, which will give McLaren the second and third on the road. Why are we seeing a replay? Oh, what's George doing? Wow. George Russell trying to get some... What the hell? I think these drivers are really struggling with the heat. Wow. Wow, I feel like the drivers are really struggling with the heat. I've never seen that before. George Russell's like letting go of the steering wheel, putting his hands out of the cockpit to try and get some air. Wow. Logan Sargent has to retire because he's ill. Wow. Madness. Okay, Russell is in the pits then for a third and, well, fourth and final time. Russell's just visor open in the pit lane. So George is on the soft end. So he's got to be... How many laps has he got? 6, 8. He's got about 6 laps, George Russell now, to be rapid on these soft tyres. It's not going to be enough. Max has got to stop yet. But he'll still be in the lead. A 4-stop race for George Russell. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, describe Haas as a team. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. So Verstappen pits then from the lead on lap 51 and 57, but he'll still come out with a big lead anyway, even after the pit stop. But McLaren double podium. Big moves. 4.1 second stop. Ooh. Yeah, so Verstappen comes out of the pits then with a 4-second lead only. If Piastri and Norris get on with it, if Norris fancies a win. Wow. Yeah, the drivers are lifting up the visors a little bit, trying to get some air into the... They must be boiling, mate. Gasly's all over the back of Lance Stroll here for P10 and the final point in the race. Oh, he's having a look. Stroll has to defend. Gasly round the outside of turn one, the wheel to wheel, and look at the dust off the line. Gasly gets the position, but off the circuit. And Stroll's not going to be happy with that. And Gasly will probably have to give the position back after that. Oh, and still defending. Nah, Gasly. I don't get this race at all, Chris. I've muddled through, but with everyone doing 3 and 4 pit stops, it's just been chaos. Zhou Guan Yu is P6. But he's not. Do you know what I mean? But he isn't. Well, he is, but he won't be. Do you get what I mean? Well, now he pits. Zhou's in the pits. And Sainz didn't even get to race today. Gutted. Sainz didn't even get to have a go. And that is the last pit stop. With Zhou Guan Yu peeling into the pits on lap 53. That concludes the ridiculous amount of pit stops that we've had in this race. If everyone's done 3, some people have done 4. Wow. Look at this. It's 3 wide down at turn 1. Oh, that's the second time Perez has gone 3 wide. So they're battling for the final point, these 3, basically, is what this is. Perez does a nice little switchback on Stroll. Is he going to try and dive down the turn 4? No. Perez backs out on Lance Stroll. So it's still... Bottas could get a couple of points out of this. Piastri's only 3.6 behind Verstappen. But Verstappen probably just managing it, though. But... McLaren are slapping it with points here. McLaren are racing up the Constructors' Championship tally here. A 2nd and 3rd. That's like more than 30 points. It's like 37 points in one swoop. Wow. Good racing from Stroll and Perez. But, oh, it was close. Perez nearly makes contact with the rear end of Stroll's car there, but backs out just in the nick of time. And Stroll keeps the position for now. Norris only a 2.5 behind Piastri now. I mean, does Norris really fancy fighting this? Yeah, McLaren are going to beat Aston Martin in this Constructors' Championship. And who would have said that after the first half dozen races of the season? Nobody. After the first 5 or 6 races of this season, if you'd have said McLaren are going to beat Aston Martin in this Constructors' Championship, you would have thought that they're in an insane asylum, mate. McLaren were at the back at the beginning of the season, and now look at them sweeping up double podiums. An incredible rate of development from McLaren in the second half of this season. And it's going to pay dividends. because Aston Martin are a one-man team. Aston Martin are running one-legged. You've put in Lance Stroll in the second car. You might as well put me in the second car. Neither of us are getting any points. Do you know what I mean? So Aston Martin are running one-legged against McLaren, who coming on leaps and bounds in the second half of the season. It's a no-brainer. McLaren on fire. And I didn't see it coming. Like, you know, 7 or 8 races in, if you'd have said McLaren would be sweeping up double podiums by the end of the year. And I thought he was smoking the green stuff. But they turned up, I think it was the British Grand Prix, where they turned up, and that was the first time they properly showed some pace. And, it might have been Hungary. In Hungary, I think they threatened it. I think it was the British Grand Prix where it was like, oh, wow, McLaren are at the party. McLaren have arrived. And then since then, they've had a few off weekends. But when it's been on it, it's been they've been the second fastest car at a lot of races in the second half of the season. So we've only a lap and a half to go. This race has actually gone pretty quick, really. We're about to start the final lap. It's been that chaotic and that like topsy-turvy. But look at this. Norris is closing on Piastri for second on the final lap. Verstappen leads by 5.5 seconds. But here comes Lando Norris on the back of Oscar Piastri. The gap's a second. Russell's a distant P4, but what a drive from him to come from the back of the grid after lap 1 with contact with Hamilton. Great drive from George Russell to recover it back to P4. Leclerc's 5th, Alonso 6th, Ocon 7th, Bottas with a few points in P8 for Alfa Romeo. Stroll has recovered well for a couple of points. Gasly is P10, and Perez is going to come away from here with no points. But we're on the final lap, and we're looking at the battle for P2 between the two teammates, Piastri and Norris. They're not. They tell you what, Verstappen, he's not had it all his way. McLaren have kept Verstappen honest today. McLaren have kept Verstappen honest. And I was laughing before saying, he's got a 30-second lead and telling him to speed up. But really, he had to speed up, and speed up he did. And Max Verstappen crosses the line to win a 14th Grand Prix of the season. Max Verstappen wins the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix ahead of Oscar Piastri, who finishes second. As a win in the sprint, a second in the race for Oscar Piastri. What a weekend he's had. A first and a second. It's Lando Norris who'll follow him home in third. A great recovery drive from George Russell. We'll see him finish in P4 after being last at the end of lap 1. Leclerc will end up P5 in the Ferrari. Alonso gets a bag full of points in P6. Esteban Ocon will finish P7 for Alpine. Valtteri Bottas, great race, and P8 for the Alfa Romeo. It's a double points finish. What's happened to Lance Stroll in the last lap, I do not know. But Stroll's dropped out of the points in the last lap, and it means that Bottas gets P8, Perez gets a couple of points in P9, and Zhou Guanyu gets a final point in P10. It was a topsy-turvy race that I struggled to keep a track of. But I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do drop me a like. I'll be back in a couple of weeks' time for the United States Grand Prix at Austin, Texas. And then after that comes Mexico. And then I'm forgetting one, but we've still got after that Brazil, Vegas, and Abu Dhabi. But yeah, decent race. It was all over the place, man. Like, But I feel like the drivers were really struggling as well physically. Like, I feel like this was a difficult race. But great weekend for Oscar Piastri, the young 21-year-old Aussie, bagging a win in the sprint yesterday and a P2 today. Lando won't be very happy about that, but it's a double podium for the team. McLaren get the gold star for biggest improvers. You know, like when you're at school and it's like you got the top of the class nerd kid, and then someone gets a gold star for like biggest improvement. That's McLaren. They get the gold star. Yeah, Norris from P10 on the podium. And Verstappen, the newly crowned triple world champion, wins yet again. Although he was under a little bit of pressure from McLaren there, I don't think it was as easy as he made it seem. Only 4 seconds behind the McLaren pair. But yeah, cheers Dougie, SHT, JJ, and everyone else that joined the stream today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be back probably for qualifying. I'll be back probably for qualifying in Austin, Texas. That'll be late as well. I feel like it could be like 9-10 p.m. or something like that in a couple of weeks for round 19. But yeah, decent race. I'd give driver of the race to George Russell because it wasn't his fault in turn 1 and he had a great recovery. I'd give the race I don't know, it's middle of the road and it's like a 4 out of 10 race, that, innit? I just, the criticism I've got of there was that many pit stops, I couldn't even keep track of it. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do drop a like on your way out. Please subscribe as well if you're into Formula 1. I'm trying to get to 500 subs before the end of the season. It may or may not happen. I'd need about 10 subs a race and I'm currently getting about 2, so so I need one of the last 5 races to pop off. But anyway, I will catch you for Austin, Texas in a couple of weeks, and peace out and see you next time. Verstappen wins again, but it's 2 McLarens on the podium. See you next time.